This is the United States of America. We can do anything.
Former Vice President Joe Biden, now officially running for president in 2020.
You're going to see a whole heck of a lot of me.
He and his wife, Dr. Jill Biden, spending time with me yesterday in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and drawing a clear distinction between himself and President Trump.
Everybody knows who Donald Trump is, and I hope people know who I am. I think the folks are ready to choose truth over lies.
The president has a motto, make America great again. Do you have one?
Make America moral again. Return to the essence of who we are, the dignity of the country, the dignity of people, treating our people with dignity.
And that has been the main thrust for you all?
Yeah, to bring this country together.
Biden enters the race as the Democratic frontrunner in a deeply divided nation, and also at a time when America is in a moment of reckoning with its treatment of women. And Biden has also faced scrutiny.
Former Vice President Joe Biden now accused of inappropriate touching.
7 women have come forward to say he made them feel uncomfortable and embarrassed. In response, Biden releasing this video.
In my career, I've always tried to make a human connection, and I get it. I get it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Then, just days later, Biden addressing a predominantly male crowd of union electrical workers, seeming to make light of the allegations.
I just want you to know I had permission to hug Lonnie.
Some people were wondering, do you really get it?
Well, I really do. Here's the deal. I've always thought that part of leadership, part of politics was listening to people, hearing them, making them feel comfortable. It's my responsibility to be more sensitive to whether or not someone wants me to reassure them or wants to say hello or wants to show affection and support. And that's my responsibility.
But Robin, I think what you don't realize is how many people approach Joe. One of the things that Joe is known for is making connections with people. But going forward, I think he's going to have to be a better judge of when people approach him, how he's going to react, that he maybe shouldn't approach them.
And how did you react when those first accusations were made?
I've known Joe for 44 years, and one of the things I've always admired about him is the way he does connect with people. And in 44 years, I hadn't heard negative comments, but now's a different time. Women, men are in a different place now. And so we have to honor that.
Have you ever experienced a similar situation when a man made you feel uncomfortable by their actions or inappropriate language of any sort?
Yes, it's happened to me.
And how did you handle it?
I just sort of stepped aside. I didn't address it. There was a time when women were afraid to speak out. Now, if that same thing happened today, I'd turn around and say, what do you think you're doing? So I think it's totally different.
Professor, do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Biden has also been criticized for his handling of Anita Hill's testimony during the confirmation hearings for Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas.
I have no personal vendetta against Clarence Thomas.
Hill had worked for Thomas and accused him of sexual harassment, facing grilling from an all-white, all-male Senate committee led by Biden.
I believed her from the very beginning, but I was chairman. She did not get a fair hearing. She did not get treated well. That's my responsibility. And I committed that I am determined to continue the fight to see to it that we basically change the culture in this country where a woman is put in a position where she is disbelieved. As the committee chairman, I take responsibility that she did not get treated well. I was unable to figure out a way to how to change it. And maybe there's a way to do it. I apologize again because, look, the system did not work.
Biden says he called Hill to apologize a few weeks before announcing his run for president.
I was grateful she took the call.
But Hill told the New York Times, I cannot be satisfied by simply saying, I'm sorry for what happened to you. I will be satisfied when I know that there is real change and real accountability and real purpose. Biden says he learned from the experience.
I determined that there will never be again no women on that committee. So I went out and campaigned for women on the condition that year for 2 specific women, they'd come on the Judiciary Committee.
Biden also credits Hill with igniting the Me Too movement.
She deserves enormous credit for awakening the country.
Just days into his campaign, Biden is already leading in some polls, raising over $6 million on his first day as a candidate.
This election for president is different.
When Biden entered the race, President Trump tweeted in part, "Welcome to the race, Sleepy Joe. I only hope you have the intelligence long in doubt to wage a successful primary campaign."
I've been a senator for 15 years.
This is Biden's third run for president. He kicked off his campaign yesterday in Pennsylvania, the state where he was born and which Trump narrowly won in 2016.
I also came here because, quite frankly, folks, if I'm going to be able to beat Donald Trump in 2020, it's going to happen here. It's going to happen here. President Trump has made a lot of promises. And here's the deal. He hadn't developed on anything.
What would you say to the Trump voter, the Trump supporter, who looks at the economy and sees very strong numbers? Here in Pennsylvania, where the unemployment is at a record low of 3.9%.
Well, what I'd say is, did you get any benefit from the tax cut? Have your wages really gone up to where you think you deserve? Do your employers treat you with any more respect and dignity than they did before? I know the state pretty well, and the fact of the matter is that they're not getting their fair share.
You also have referred to yourself as an Obama-Biden Democrat. People look at that and say, well, is it you running for a third Obama term? How would your presidency be substantially different?
I'm really proud of serving with Barack. But look, it's a new time, a new day.
Donald Trump is very confident that should you win the nomination, that he could beat you easily. Are you as confident that you can win the nomination and defeat him?
Whether I win the nomination or not is going to depend on the Democrats. And whether or not I beat Donald Trump is going to depend on the American people. But like I said, everybody knows who Donald Trump is.
I'm confident.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.